Hello, everyone. So, 5 months into my weight loss journey, and I'd say this was my most productive month of the five, by far. Maybe the first month was the most productive because that was a lot of adjustment I had to make. But this one, oh man, I got after it. I got after it. Let's do what I normally do. Start with some pictures. Got to start with month number one, and then this was February 1st or 2nd. Big difference, as you can see. And then from the side, uh, again, October 1st to February 1st. Pretty big difference. And then the weight. I started at 255, got myself down to 202.8, which is 52, basically 52 pounds lost. So where are we now? Well, I lost 10 and a half more pounds, and I'm officially below 200. I almost reached 180. Like I said, this was my best month so far. And if we look at the updated side-by-side pictures, yes, I shaved a little bit. But as for the side-by-sides, or the side-by-sides, I definitely got thinner. I got more lean, defined, even just in the face. If you go side by side, it could be like the aspect ratio of the pictures doing it, but no, I got thinner. I did. This was a big, big month for me, just in how I feel. Even my sides just look trimmer. And you go back and forth between this, it's unbelievable. It really is. I seriously can't believe how far I've come. This isn't even half a year. And then from the side, kind of the same. Again, it's kind of subtle. It's a little more subtle from this point forward, but from the side, a little thinner, a little extra bump on the abdomen. And yeah, even in the chest, it's just a little bit more lean. I've definitely leaned down a little bit. And of course, I got to show from video number one and today. Now, as for the specifics this month, I said this was my best month. I just got after it. I still ate some foods that I probably shouldn't have. Well, not shouldn't have. I'm allowing myself a little bit more enjoyment with food lately. I'm not treating it as a moment of weakness. I felt like when I first started, I had to be strict with my diet, especially in the beginning. But as I've just gotten more comfortable and my body is completely adjusted, I'm allowed to enjoy things again because I've just worked so hard to get to this point right now. My clothes don't fit anymore. They just don't fit. I need to show you this from my first video. I did just to show how I wasn't kidding about my size. That was bad. That was my real weight. But if I do that again now, I'm wearing the same shirt, by the way, the exact same shirt. There's so much more room. At one point, this was skin tight. And that goes for all my other clothes, my polos, my nylon shorts. I need to tie them now because they're sliding down. And yeah, and here's some more pictures of just some things that I'm doing to achieve this. This is one of my stationary bike sessions. I've settled on doing stationary bike Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday before I do whatever it is I do after. I don't go to the gym to just do a stationary bike. I do something afterwards now. That's something that a viewer taught me to recommend that I do, and it's been working really well. And those are just the dates that I settled on that work best for me. And I'm able to go for like 40, 45 minutes and go over 13 miles, burn about 400 calories. I don't do that every time, but I do this most of the time. You get on a groove, like a runner's high, but for biking. And these are usually my treadmill sessions. I don't go as long. This is still something I'm building a tolerance for, but this was last night. And this was about an hour ago. And this is one of those things, it's like, oh, you didn't go as long this time. But I should mention, when am I doing treadmill? This is treadmill, not stationary bike. And I do treadmill at night. I don't do stationary bike at night. Hold on. I enjoy doing treadmill after a stream because I'm sitting in this chair all day. My legs just want to move afterwards. And if I do biking, that's still sitting down, so I prefer biking before a stream a few days a week, but I prefer doing treadmill after almost every stream that I do. So I'll do, depending on how good I feel in a certain week, I'll do treadmill. I have leg day on Monday, and then I always take off Tuesday, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if I'm capable of doing every day, I'll do every day. If not, I'll take one of those days off. But yeah, Wednesday through Sunday, I would just like to do treadmill every night. And you saw one of those sessions like wasn't as big as one of the other sessions, but it's like you can't treat it like that. How intense I decide to do these exercises or these sessions really depends on how I'm feeling when I either start or when I end, And this is like the most important thing I can recommend if you want to get into your own weight loss thing as well. Just going and doing something is enough. It's like, oh, I burned 30 less calories than the previous exercise. It's like, at that moment in time, that felt like enough. Okay? You got to treat it as going and doing something is good enough. Now, if that going and something is getting on and off after 5 minutes, that's if you're just starting out, that's fine. But if you're a few months in, you do need to up the intensity a little bit. But I usually like to go for at least half an hour on the treadmill and at least 40 minutes on the bike. Anything less than that, I don't really allow myself. But yeah, and there was even one, I tried to do stationary bike on Friday, but my legs were like, no, don't. So despite the fact that I'm working really hard, I'm still listening to myself. There was even something on Wednesday. It was Wednesday night. I was starving. I was so hungry. So I was doing clips of the month. That was like a 2-day process. So I didn't have like streaming to distract my brain. I was just mindlessly working. I was hungry. I was really hungry. So I went to my ShopRite and I got some frozen raviolis that I like. And I had like 3 bags of them. It was a lot. It was a lot of food. But I didn't feel like bleh or bloated or anything because I've been operating on a bit of a caloric deficit for most of my days. And it felt like I needed it. So it's not like I'm just mindlessly going through doing all these things, obsessing over like it has to be this way, no more enjoyment in food. I'm at a point right now where I can do something like that and I face no repercussions as long as I get back on that horse the next day. That's something I've talked about before. I don't allow myself the bad habits a second day in a row. I'm kind of extending it now to like a 3rd day in a row because I can kind of get away with this. I lost 10 and a half more pounds and I'm still waiting for that month where the weight loss is just a lot harder, but we haven't gotten there yet. It could be because I'm just working a lot harder than I was, say, 2 months ago. Again, cardio is just, go back to month 0 or month 1 or month 2. I wasn't able to do anything. And now I'm doing some form of cardio almost every day. I don't do cardio on Tuesday because that's the day after leg day. I do take that off. But I'm doing some form of cardio every other day in the week. And it's just, it doesn't feel like too much. When it feels like too much, I'll step off. Because, well, there's a couple things that are happening as a result of this weight loss. One, again, my clothes don't fit. I already showed you that. But one, I'm getting some excess skin on my face, like a jawline, dimples are showing through. I can't really do a double chin like I used to. But this one's funny. This one's funny. You're going to laugh at this, hopefully. Watch this. Wi-Fi. I got the Wi-Fi forehead. I think it's all the excess skin. I didn't have that before. Could be another year older, but I think it's. I didn't say the total. God, that's almost 63 pounds I've lost in 5 months. That's going to happen. I'm getting some excess skin. I'm getting some stretch marks a little bit below my stomach area as well. But like, again, my clothes just aren't fitting. And my mom, I mentioned it on stream, but my mom is actually moving into my apartment complex because her rent where she lives is way too high. And she was able to get a place here because she knows how cheap my rent is and she's been here before. So she was filling out paperwork. I popped in and I hadn't seen her in like 2 or 3 weeks for some reason. And the first thing she said is like, "You've lost more weight." And she's almost starting to get concerned over, like, I guess how quick this is happening. To the point she's like, "How low do you want to get? Do you want to get to where you were in high school?" Because I mentioned in my first video, high school was like my physical peak. I'm definitely in the best shape of my life right now. Way better than I ever was in high school. But, she started mentioning, don't do this too much. And I told her, I'm still allowing myself my favorite foods. I'm doing so much more cardio than I've ever done. And it's just, again, complete 180 from what I was doing. I think my body is still shedding from all the harm that I did, that I built up over years. Hold on. That wasn't just a few months. That was like 5 or 6 years worth of like abuse, I'm calling it. I didn't take any care of myself. If I did, it would last for a month and that's it. So I still feel like just proper diet, exercise, the occasional cheat day, but just starting to ramp things up with cardio mostly. I think I'm just still benefiting, or I'm just so far removed from my old lifestyle, but I'd built up so much damage that I'm still shedding from that, So, I'm 192 right now, which is crazy to me. I can't believe that. I really can't. I know that's just me talking about myself, but like, fuck it. I'm proud of myself. Sometimes you just got to say that out loud. I am goddamn proud of myself. Because I got your guys' motivation, which I really appreciate. It really does mean the world to me when you guys are saying, like, "Oh, I haven't seen you in a few months. You look great. You turned back the clock. You did it." I love those positive comments. So keep them coming. No, but it does mean a lot. But, like, hold on. I don't have this planned or prepared. So give me a moment here. I want to just open a random video from... Hold on. Right here. This is something I haven't shown. Just a random video with my normal streaming layout from just before I started taking care of myself. I have it muted, but again, it's one of those things, like, I can remember being that size, but just saying to myself, it's still not that bad. It's not that bad. There are people fatter than you. It's fine. But then you compare that against my layout now, which is this, and it's just night and day. It's just crazy. I still can't believe I've come this far. I've lost 63 pounds, basically. Yeah, but it's also one of those things where I can't... Well, there's two things to it. One, I can't, like, be satisfied with where I am because I want to keep going. I want to keep going. But the question now is, how low is... Not too low, but low enough. How much is low enough? Like, for someone who's 5'10" or 5'11", 5'10". I haven't. seen how tall I am in a while. I think I'm like 5'10" and 3/4. Whatever. For someone who's 5'10", 192 is still on the heavier side. So I would love to like get in the 180, 170 because it's also like, well, how strong do you want to be? Because weights has always been my favorite thing. But honestly, I've been enjoying how I'm feeling like the lighter I get. The stronger my legs feel and the lighter that I am in general. And the more toned I get. I'm developing a body type that I've never had before. And that's just like leanness and just being able to move without getting tired. Before I started exercising, I would be out of breath from tying my shoes. And now I'm running like 2 or 3 miles a night. It's so cool. The point is I want to keep that going, but I don't know for how long. And I've even like come to a decision with like how hard I should exercise. And I always say like after a year, I'll tone things down a little bit. But really what I feel like doing now is just planning on exercising every day. Now, the reason for that is if I develop a more realistic schedule where I'm doing the gym, hypothetically, 3 or 4 days a week, but something happens where I can't make it that certain day, that kind of messes me up. And it's hard to get back into that schedule. What I've been doing is I'm scheduling myself to go to the gym every single day. And most of the time I don't keep up that end of the bargain because that's difficult. But what ends up happening is I will only not go to the gym if I'm physically fatigued, which doesn't happen too often. Or my mom or my dad or my siblings want to do something with me that day. That wasn't part of the plan. My plan is usually, wake up, exercise, work. And if I don't have any plans with someone or someone else doesn't have plans with me, I'm going to incorporate a workout as long as I'm feeling up for it. And I feel like when something comes along where I don't work out that day, it's not like a speed bump in the road or it's not a blip in the schedule. That's my day off. That's my rest day. And it certainly makes me look forward to like chilling with that person a little more. But yeah, that's kind of how I've been treating it lately, which again sounds like a lot, but I like it. I really like it. I'm definitely getting used to just doing some form of exercise before and after streaming. Because this is a very, very inactive hobby. Sitting in this chair for 6 hours a day. It's inactive. Before in October, I would be like ordering a pizza, eat the whole thing. That was my breakfast. And then I went live. My God, I couldn't do that again if I tried. Even if I did have pizza or pasta before a stream, I don't think I could do that anymore. It has to be healthy. It just has to be. And usually on the days I don't work is when I give myself a little cheat day, which is also encouraging me to work a little more. But yeah, sorry, I've gone on some tangents here. The point is I'm not exactly sure where I want to end up. Like, I'm going to keep up these habits at least for a year. We're not even half a year in, and I'm almost satisfied with where I am. But where should the limit be? Where should we stop? Where should I be? And honestly, I think it's going to be when the scale stops changing. Which even when I say it out loud sounds dangerous, but it's something I told my mom. I'm doing everything the right way. This progress has been crazy fast, but I'm doing it all the right way. I'll have the occasional day where I don't eat anything, like an all-day fast. That I don't work out that day. I just drink a lot. And but I do that like once every 3 weeks or so. It's not often, and I feel some physical benefits from it. It's not just to lose weight. It gives me some energy afterwards, and usually like kick some cravings I have or fix a bad sleep pattern or something. But besides an all day fast, like once every 3 weeks or so, I'm doing it all the right way. I'm eating well. I'm exercising. I'm doing weights and cardio, incorporating both. And I'm maintaining it. So, like, some people are a little concerned at the speed of the process, but I'm doing it all the right way. That's all. That's all I can just say about it. I'm doing it all the right way. But when will the scale stop changing? I'm looking at myself right now, and I still feel like I have a long way to go. But I'll let my body decide. Instead of me trying to predict the future, I'm going to let my body decide. I'm going to do everything that I should be doing to positively benefit my body, and my body will let me know. Maybe my plateau will be 150, maybe it'll be 160. Maybe I'll feel like bulking up a little. And I'll put on some good weight. I'm not sure. All I know is right now that schedule I told you about, I'm going to keep with it. And we'll see where I end up. But yeah, this was from February 1st through March 1st. It was probably my best stretch, and I even feel it physically. Again, like February 1st, most of my clothes still fit. March 1st, things are just like laying heavy on me, and my shorts are sliding down, and I need a new wardrobe soon, but I'm going to wait a little bit longer before I do that. But yeah, I have no clue what I talked about in this video. Whatever. It was a really good month. Next month, I should be in the 180s. And yeah, again, if you have any concerns, just know I'm doing it all the right way. All right. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys. Bye.